Hello and welcome students. So today we are going to start with our next topic, subordinating conjunctions under the head conjunctions. In the previous class we had already learnt about all the types of coordinating conjunctions. Now we are doing subordinating conjunctions. Here we are going to study that when there are two different sentences that are joined by a word or a conjunction where one sentence or one statement depends on the other one. Okay. Now it can be dependent according to the time, according to the reason, the purpose, the condition. So there are different situations where we join two different statements where one is always depending or is interdependent to the other. Let us take an example. He left when the bus arrived. Now, he left and the bus arrived. These are two separate statements made, but here one is depending on the other. He left can be a statement or a sentence in itself, but when we write the bus arrived, now this needs something to be dependent on. This is a dependent statement and it is depending on the other statement or a clause. We can say that he left. Now when did he leave? When the bus arrived. At the time the bus arrived. Let us see one more example. Please give me some water so that I can fulfill my thirst. Now here there is one sentence, please give me some water, I can fulfill my thirst. Now this I can fulfill my thirst needs a statement or a clause where it can show its dependence. Now please give me some water, it can be a sentence in itself if I put a full stop here. But if I am taking it further, I need some or the other word, a conjunction I need to join these two statements where one is depending on the other. So here these two sentences, as we have seen, they are correlating. But how? So that where this sentence, please give me some water, subordinates the sentence, I can fulfill my thirst. So according to this, we have different types of subordinating conjunction. What are they? Number one is subordinating conjunction of time, place, reason, result, condition, purpose. Condition I think has been written twice, so we'll take it as phi. Condition, contrast and manner. Okay. Now one by one we are going to study each of these types and what are the different conjunctions used under these heads. So first let us see about time and place together. As you can see, I have framed the coordinating conjunction of time, place and reason on the board. First we will start with time. Now what are the coordinating conjunctions of time? Now children, there are some things or certain things that may happen before something happened or after something happened, or they may be corresponding to one another, they may be happening together, yes or no. So here we have mentioned some of the subordinating conjunctions like when. So when one thing happened, the other thing was also happening. This is for when. Whenever. Whenever is whenever, not today, not tomorrow, but whenever you get a little time. Till, when we are finishing the work off at a moment. So we are mentioning the period before now or before that particular time. Before, you already know something happened earlier than the present action, something happening after than the current action. Since, now here also I am telling about a time period from when it began to now, or maybe the time period we are talking about. While, now while tells us what? A specific time period when the action happened. So other person may or may not be present over there. Let us see the examples and find out the difference between all of them. So when, I wrote a sentence over here, he left when the bus arrived. He left when the bus arrived. So when is telling me a time period that as soon as the bus came, he left. Whenever tells us, please see me, please come and see me whenever you have time. So not now, not tomorrow, not day after that or the day after that, but whenever you get time, please come and see me, okay, whenever you find a little time. Till, now here I told you the work was being done at the moment and it was finished at the moment. So for till we can take an example. You were out till the evening. You were out till the evening. So we are talking about either evening. Currently it's the next morning or probably night, and I am talking about a particular time, evening. So until evening, the person we are talking to, the second person is out from the home or from the place we are talking about. Before, after, you already know. He left before I came. So the other action had already been performed while the next one was going to take place. After, he left after he met me. Since, the students have been studying since morning. So there is a work that started in the morning and was being continued until evening or night. While, he robbed the house while I was away. So when did he do this work? When I was away. So while tells us that two things, they are moving or they are being performed correspondingly. That means while I was away, he was robbing the house. So this is the subordinating conjunction of time. Now let us see when do we use the subordinating conjunction of place. Where or wherever. Now, please drop me where, from where, please drop me at the park, from where you picked me up. So I am talking about a place where you picked me up earlier. So I was at a place, okay, and I need to go there again. So please drop me at the park from where you picked me up. So in the morning I come by bus. So I am asking the person, the driver of the bus, please drop me at the same park, in front of the same park from where you picked me up. So I am talking about a particular place. Okay, I am specifying or indicating the person about the same place from where he had picked me in the morning. Wherever, please drop me wherever you find a bus stop. So wherever there is a bus stop, either close to us, nearby us, or it is far away, you are supposed to drop me wherever you find a bus stop. Now these two are the subordinating conjunction of place. Now let us talk about reason. Now reason, of course, you all know what is reason or what is the cause. He did not attend the class because he was ill. So there is because. One thing is happening, that he is not attending the class. Why he is not attending, it answers to the question of why one thing happened. Why did he not come to school, or why did he not attend the class? Because he was not feeling well, because he was sick. Since the electricity was cut off, since he did not pay the bill. So there is since. He did not pay the bill was the reason. Again the question of why was the electricity cut. So it was cut since he had not paid the bill. The electricity was cut as he had not paid the bill. The teacher asked him to move out as he had not done his homework. So this is answering to the question of why. These are the subordinating conjunction of time, place and reason. Now let us see the next types of subordinating conjunctions, children. Okay students, so now let us see the next types, the result, subordinating conjunction of result, the purpose as well as condition. So let us first see the subordinating conjunction of result. Now result means when one thing is happening, what is the result of that thing? For that, first one is so that. He was so weak that he couldn't walk. So there we are telling them he was weak and therefore he could not walk. So he was so weak. He was so weak. वो इतना weak हो गया था कि वो चल भी नहीं पाया. Such that there was such noise that I couldn't hear you. So somebody was shouting up for me, they were calling me, and there was such noise, there was so much disturbance that I could not hear you. I was not able to hear you. Now these two are the subordinating conjunction of result. Now let us see for the purpose. So that is repeated here also, but make sure of one thing, there are certain words or phrases between so and that here. Okay, and here we are writing so that together. Please work hard so that you can achieve success. Please work hard so that you can achieve your goal. So here we are writing so that together. There was one of the adjective and here we are writing it together. That we eat that we may live. Okay, we are eating for a purpose. There is a purpose of why we eat the food. Why do we have our meal? So we have our meal so that we can live. Lest again tells us the purpose, that why one thing is happening. For example, for lest we can say he wore a jacket lest he would catch cold. So he is wearing a jacket because he doesn't want to catch cold. So lest is giving us a reason, a purpose. Why is he wearing a jacket? So that he can't catch cold. Now we come to condition. Condition again, if and unless. Work hard if you want to reach your goal. We are telling a person, only if you want to achieve your goal, start working hard. So there is a condition applied to it, that if you want to achieve something, you need to work hard for it. Unless tells us that one thing will not happen if the other one is not happening. You will not achieve your goal unless you start working for it, or unless you start working hard for it. So you will not achieve your goal unless you will not start working or working hard for the same. So unless tells us that one thing may or may not happen if the other thing is happening. So first thing will happen, and if the other thing is not happening, the first thing will also not take place. So these are the next subordinating conjunction of result, purpose and condition. Now we are going to study the last three types of subordinating conjunctions. Now let us see, students, the last three types of subordinating conjunctions. The subordinating conjunction of contrast, manner and comparison. So first let us see contrast. Though. Now though tells us that if one thing happened, because of it other thing did not happen. For example, I did not eat much though I was hungry. So I was hungry, but instead of that I did not eat. So we can write it as I didn't eat much though I was hungry. So me being hungry is an indication that I will eat much, but I did not eat. So I am telling two things that are contrasting to each other. Now although the students were informed to bring the consent letter, yet they failed to do so. So one thing is being informed, and for that also they are not performing the action being instructed. So the students, although the students were required or instructed to bring the letter, yet they did not bring, or yet they failed. Although, yet. Last is even if. You are not going to the picnic even if you clean the house. So you are trying to favor your mother, or you are trying to help your mother just because of getting permission for certain things. For example, you want to go to see a movie and now you are asking your mother, but she is not allowing you to go. So now you are trying to clean the whole house, tidying up each and everything, your room, your wardrobe, everything. So your mother tells you, you try anything you want, you try every possible aspect, but you are not going. So you are not going to the movie even if you tidy up the entire house. So one thing is not happening even though the other thing takes place. Now is next manner, as or as if. The students were acting as if they were a teacher. The other students were so smart, they were so intelligent, and they presented their assignment so beautifully as if they were a teacher. So as if tells us that one thing is trying to imitate the other. And the next one is as. He taught as a teacher. Though he is not a teacher, but he taught as if he was a teacher. He taught as a teacher. So he was also trying to not imitate, but he represented that trait of being a teacher. Okay. Next is comparison. Comparison says, for example, he is as smart as Einstein. So I am telling you a comparison, as smart as. There is a gap between the two, that there is one adjective fit inside. He was as smart as Einstein. So we are comparing the two different personalities, that his brain works similar to that of Einstein. And then we are again comparing, but now we are comparing between two. He is smarter than his brother. Again, I am trying to show a comparison between the two, that he is smarter than his brother. For example, his brother is clever enough or smart enough to solve certain questions, but the child, he has even beaten his brother, and he is more smart than the brother. So he is smarter than, THAN. Comparison, when we use for comparison, we use THAN, and when we use for time, THEN. Okay. So children, these were the subordinating conjunctions and the types along with examples. Now we are going to study the correlating conjunctions, or the conjunctions used in pairs. So now let us see the last type of conjunction, that is the correlative conjunction. Now children, correlative conjunction is the one that includes some conjunctions of coordinating conjunction and some of subordinating. Now why do we call, or why do we make this correlating conjunction a separate one? हम इसको अलग से क्यों लिख देते हैं जब हमने इसमें already पढ़ लिया? So this is the reason. correlative. Correlative means ऐसा conjunction that is relating one thing to the other. तो इसी रिलेशन के बेसिस पे वी से दैट दीज आर दोज कंजंक्शन, ये वो कंजंक्शन है दैट आर यूज्ड इन पेयर्स. ये हमेशा आपको पेयर में ही दिखाई देंगे. ये अकेले आपको मैंने यहाँ पर सारे कोरिलेटिव कंजंक्शंस लिखे हैं एंड दे ऑल आर इन पेयर्स. ओके. नाउ एज अ डेफिनेशन व्हाट वुड वी से, हम क्या बोल सकते हैं कोरिलेटिव की डेफिनेशन? कोरिलेटिव कंजंक्शंस आर दोज कंजंक्शंस दैट आर यूज्ड इन पेयर्स एज वेल एज दे शो अ रिलेशन बिटवीन द टू स्टेटमेंट्स. जो भी हम टू स्टेटमेंट्स दे रहे हैं या बता रहे हैं उनके बीच में एक रिलेशन. कैसा रिलेशन? इट कैन बी ऑफ ईदर और, नीदर, नॉर, बोथ, एंड. ये सब हम ऑलरेडी पढ़ चुके हैं. फिर भी हम एक एक बार विल सी एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ ऑल ऑफ देम. सो इनमें कोरिलेटिव कंजंक्शन में ऐसा कोई भी कंजंक्शन नहीं है जो आप पढ़ोगे पहले से नया होगा. पहले से कोई भी नया नहीं होगा बिकॉज वी हैव ऑलरेडी रेड द कंजंक्शन. ये सब वही हैं जो मैंने आपको कोऑर्डिनेटिंग में और सबऑर्डिनेटिंग में करवा दिए थे विद एग्जाम्पल्स. ओनली वन यू मे सी दैट इज नो सूनर and then I'll give you an example for this. Rest, let us just revise in brief. Either or, when we denote one of the 2. अगर हमें दो में से एक चाहिए तो we use either he or she has made a mistake. So when we are referring to 1 out of 2, neither he nor she is at fault. When we are referring to none out of 2. Okay. Then both he and she are guilty when we are referring to one noun here and one at the last. Then not only but also, not only he is smart but also he is very clever. So we are referring to two different nouns, or we can say subject, or we can say traits over here. Then when we come to, these are the subordinating conjunction that are used in pairs, and इसीलिए ही हम इनको correlative में काउंट करते हैं, बिकॉज बाकी सब जो थे एंड, बिकॉज, देयरफॉर, सो, ये सब कोऑर्डिनेटिंग थे, बट कोरिलेटिव क्यों नहीं है? बिकॉज इनको पेयर्स में यूज़ नहीं किया है, उनको हम सिंगल वर्ड में ही यूज़ करते हैं. देन आर द सबऑर्डिनेटिंग कंजंक्शंस, द वंस दैट वी स्टडीड. ये वो कंजंक्शन होंगे जिसमें एक सेंटेंस जो है वो दूसरे सेंटेंस पर डिपेंडेंट होगा. ओके, वन सेंटेंस विल बी सबऑर्डिनेटिंग द अदर, वो दूसरे पर डिपेंडेंट होगा. नाउ फर्स्ट इज ऑल्दो येट. So yesterday I gave you an example. I think, although I was hungry, yet I did not eat much. So one situation is happening which is some negative और उसका effect positive होना चाहिए, but also it is not a positive one. Such that, this also we studied under the head subordinating conjunction. Such, and उसके बीच में there will be certain words or a phrase, and उसके बाद that. For example, we can say he was, I saw such a huge monster that I was scared or I was frightened. I got frightened. मैंने इतना बड़ा कोई monster देखा कि मैं डर गई. So that he was so weak that he could not walk. So I have used he was so weak that he could not or he couldn't walk. Scarcely when. This may be, this may also seem new to you. Scarcely means hardly. Hardly I had moved out of the class when the students started making noise. Scarcely I had moved out of the class when the students started making noise. मैं बस क्लास के बाहर निकली भी नहीं थी और बच्चों ने आवाज़ करना स्टार्ट किया. This is what it is meant by scarcely and when. Okay. Then the last one is no sooner than. No sooner I began my homework then the light had gone. जैसे ही मैंने अपना काम स्टार्ट करा, नो सूनर, जस्ट मैंने अपना काम स्टार्ट किया ही था कि लाइट चली गई. यहाँ पर हमने क्या पढ़ा था? अभी मैं क्लास के बाहर गई भी नहीं थी. I had not moved even out of the class when the students started making noise. मतलब मैं अभी तक सिर्फ डोर तक पहुंची ही थी. I went to the door and जैसे ही टीचर was going out or she was just seeing her way out, the students started howling and shouting. और यहाँ पर just काम करना हमने स्टार्ट ही किया था और उसी टाइम कोई और वर्क उसको we can say कोई और वर्क is covering it or the next work is overlapping the first work. Okay, no sooner I had begun my task then the light had gone. लाइट चली गई थी. जैसे ही मैंने अपना काम स्टार्ट किया लाइट चली गई थी. सो दीज आर सम एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ कोरिलेटिव कंजंक्शंस चिल्ड्रन. अदर देन दिस देयर आर नॉट मच कोरिलेटिव कंजंक्शंस. वी हैव कवर्ड ईच एंड एवरी example over here. Okay, now according to this your chapter comes to an end and we shall meet in the next video with the next chapter. Till then, keep studying, keep preparing. All the best. Bye. Have a good day.